are live here on TikTok. We are live now on YouTube as well. It's halftime USA Brazil 0-0. I don't have a lot of positives here. I really don't. I'm waiting for folks to come in, but if you're coming here for a chat that's gonna calm you and make you feel better about the game, it's not gonna be that kind of chat. I don't think so. Let's just be honest. Yeah, we're too tired to deal with Brazil. I think that's accurate. What should they do, and how do we adjust from here? It's a good question. I don't know. I don't have a lot of good answers here. Like, frankly, we're getting our asses handed to us. I think Ludmilla is having herself a game. That right side for us is struggling. I have not seen Emily Fox and Naomi Gurma struggle that much ever. So both of them are having a rough game. You're not subbing either of them off. I think at this point, but then it's like, so, okay, you've got two of your best defenders are having a characteristically bad game. You're not taking them off. And, like, to be fair to Emily Fox and Naomi Gurma, both of them having a bad game puts them at, like, average. So it's not bad, right? They're just not playing lights out for us. So what can you do? We're not presently doing anything to create opportunities. That was kind of the issue with the midfield. If you dropped in the double pivot, like, notice Corbin Albert's in the right spot a lot of the time. She's clogging a lot of their production, but they're sending it out to that right side, their left side very well, taking away kind of what you would shut down with the double pivot, and you're not getting any distribution out of her. So I think you need to do something to start getting the ball up further down the pitch. Do you pull Horan and put Lavelle in? Maybe, but I also think this is a fairly physical game, and that's not always Rose Lavelle's best use. Do you pull Corbin Albert and try to get Horan to play deeper? You could. Do you put Emily Sonnet in and just let her fuck some shit up? I don't know. This could be a Sonic game. Like, I think, again, we still have the Tierna Davidson issue is the same. But if you think Tierna can go the full time, maybe let Emily Sonnet just come in there and disrupt some stuff. Because, like, she's good. Listen, I know you're all stressed. And I wish I was coming here with something positive for you. I wish I was coming here with, like, look, it's simple. Here are the changes. The other thing I will submit to you all is I think that sun is much worse than we are perceiving it. I think that the defense and Alcinair and, like, everybody dealing with the sun in their eyes. Caitlin, thank you for the roses. I do think that is worse than we are perceiving on the TV. So I think switching is going to be good. Why is Swanson still taking set pieces? I don't know. They've all been bad. Like, she has not hit a serviceable corner the entire time. Steph, thank you for the roses. Yeah, is it the kit change? I don't know. I didn't change my kit, Julio Johannes is going to summon and save us, don't worry. And a neutral fan, Brazil deserves the lead the entire Olympics. The U.S. can't complain about the ref. I feel like the ref is in favor of the U.S., but the U.S. will pull it off and win. I think Brazil, I don't think anybody who's watching this, even as a U.S. fan, disagrees that Brazil deserves the lead. I think we're extremely lucky it's only 0-0. So what can you do? You need to find ways now to distribute. I think that's just the deal. I don't think the officiating has been noticeably bad here at all. You just kind of, you get calls your way, you get calls that don't go your way. I don't think anything here has been noticeably bad. But forwards are backtracking because they have to. Trina has to come back and help on that side. Absolutely has to right now. So let's see. Thoughts on Coffee's play so far. I think both double sixes I think have been good in their defensive roles, but they are not generating anything. And that's the issue here, is they're not generating any attack. They're not really getting space to do so. And I don't see a good fix here. Like, there's not other personnel that can come in and do this differently. It is really like, do you take the risk and remove the double pivot and put Rose Lavelle in to generate something? So that's kind of what it is. Let's see. Gurma seems tired. Absolutely. Let's see. Bob can put me I'm scared. Lindsay, it's gonna be okay. Like, look, listen. Even if this keeps going the way it's going, and they're outplaying us, it's not close. People look fatigued. It's very difficult. 6 games and 16 matches. Brazil rotated very well, and I don't think it's intentional. I do not think that was intentional. I know they keep saying it's intentional, and, like, Brazil's old, like, they took the strategy they're here, and, like, I do not think this has been intentional. I think that they have not settled on a starting lineup, and that's why they rotated this much. But in any event, either way, they look rested. They can run at us. So, if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. But like, I don't know. I've made peace. I'm okay either way. I want the gold, obviously, but like, I'm just not panicking about it. Scared when Marta comes in and they start playing with more passion. Yeah. Switching sides is going to make a bigger difference than people realize. Completely agree. I think the Sun is doing a lot more work here. A lot more work here than you realize. I have a question about as it gets later, what starts to happen with the Sun, but I do think the Sun is impacting things a lot more. Does not help with the fatigue either. Lynn to come on, I would say probably at the 70th or so, depending on game flow. But I do not think she's making any subs at halftime, other than if Tierna Davidson is still on a minutes restriction and you got to put Emily Sonnet in. So, what about Jenna? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I think you need defenders who are going to be in the right spot. I would not. Do not put Jenna Nicewanger in here. Not right now. Don't do it. Do not do it. Heard them say they let Germa set out practice and she say play every minute. Interesting. No, I mean that happens sometimes. I mean she's clearly gassed. Like she's doing. If you got to watch, Busy Watching Women's Soccer, who's on YouTube and on TikTok, does some really nice video breakdowns. And she had a really great breakdown earlier this week about Germa and like how she can stay on her feet and stay upright. And if you notice here, that's not happening this game. And that's fatigue. That's fatigue. Like the way that she's not as light on her feet, that's fatigue. That's all that is. So you're starting to see her lose some of her balance and some of the things that make her positionally in the right spot. So she's tired. She is tired. Do you think Jaden Shaw will make her debut? No. I don't. I do not. I'm in the stadium. Craziness here. Energy is in Brazil's favor. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're a neutral, you're rooting for Brazil. Absolutely. If I were a neutral, I would be. Wonder if Caroline picked up an injury, not even on the active list. Yeah, I think that's possibly true. And just by the way, okay, there's 1,200 of you on TikTok, which is incredible. Hi, good to see you. Like, follow, subscribe, all the things. If you want your comments to get seen on YouTube, there's only 109 of you, so you've got much better odds. Crystal has to play deeper. Like, do you mean get up or do you mean stay back? Jenna is a double pivot to replace one of the sixes. I think Jenna Nicewanger has some of the best service in the game. I don't hate the idea of her coming in as double six. I don't think this is the time to try it, but I don't hate the idea. Are there limited sub windows in the Olympics? I don't think so. Maybe you only have 3. I'm not sure actually on that, but there's so few. I don't think it's as big of an issue. What time is it in Paris? It is 6 p.m. So stay back. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Crystal Dunn does need to stay back. How can we create more chances? We need to make something. We need to do something to get up. Something to get up to the front 3. With the current personnel and the current look we have, I don't see it happening. I think you got to take a risk and either throw Emily Sonnet in there or remove the double pivot. I think you got to take a risk. Rodman's getting held back. Yeah, well, because she has to pull it. She has to stay back to help defend. Because Liv Milla's killing us. I mean, if you're a Chicago Red Stars fan, like, yeah, that's a nice little signing for you. Yeah, I know. Listen, I love Jaden Shaw. She's not coming in. She's not. I will be shocked. I will be shocked if she comes in. But who knows? I think the ref's been fine. I got no issue with the ref. Can I explain exactly what double pivot is? It's 2 defensive midfielders. And that's what's happening right now is Coffey and Corbin Albert are both, you notice they both stay home. They don't, like, you're always just make sure you have 2 that kind of sit back a little more. And it's good for disrupting a counterattack. It is good for also really making sure that you've got control and distribution going forward. We are not getting counterattacked. So you can see, like, it does not look the way it looks against Spain. Our weaknesses where they're hitting us are actually quite different. And that's largely because you've got a double pivot there. The problem is you're not getting the other upside of the double pivot, which is that you should have better distribution going forward. So changing to a 4-4-2, you could to risk it. I don't think it's the worst idea because they're hitting us on the outside. Like, I guess try to force them to come up the middle, but they're strong off the middle too. So why is Rose not on? Well, you have to take off a midfielder to make the double pivot work, and you're not going to. Lindsay Horan playing the double pivot doesn't go well. Our corner service is wasted. Agreed. Completely agreed. The corners are killing me. How do we not have somebody else who can take corner kicks? I do not understand it at all. Mal Swanson, you are an incredible player. How is this happening? Ern, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah, somebody at this point, try somebody else. Like, just try somebody else. Like, there's got to be somebody else. Coffee's good at quarters. I mean, like, again, her quarters have left some things lacking as well. You know, Croy Bethune, can Croy take quarters? Yeah, honestly, Alyssa Nair might not be a bad quarter kick taker. That wouldn't surprise me. So I think you may see Kruger this game. Okay, what system makes Haran look good? I mean, this is really her optimal use case. Yeah, Nice Longer actually does take a nice corner. I think playing the 10 in this system should actually be a good use case for her. You're just still getting the disconnect. It's not happening. I think Lynn is not going to solve the problem we currently have, which is that we aren't getting the ball forward. Sometimes you're having trouble getting the ball forward because there's not enough space in the midfield to get distribution, and Lynn's pretty good about helping you stretch. But that's not what's happening here. That's not the issue. Because we have space. There's space. We're just not getting it up to them. Let's see. Okay. Prediction. I mean, I think it's going to be better. I agree, and I said it at the outset, and I agree with everybody commenting it. I think the sun is a much bigger factor here than folks are realizing. I do think this is going to look better in the second half with the sun going the other way. So I think that's hard when you are fatigued to have the sun in your eyes and do all that. I just think it's rough. Sometimes it looks like we're playing a 3-back. Yeah, so we generally slide. That's the idea, is that left side is meant to slide up. And that's part of why Nice Longer should be the use case there, because like she can really get up the pitch for you. Okay, game is starting. All right, y'all like, subscribe, follow, all the things, because that's to the extent I can monetize. That's how I do it. I will not come on here if we are tied at full time, or rather at the end of regulation. There's just not enough time between this and extra, so you'll see me at the end of the match. I will see you all at the end. We got this, or we don't. We'll see. Let's fucking go. Okay, and bye to YouTube. Where's my dismiss button? There we go.